did some good things the other night. Look, the first series of the game, if we execute a block, we throw a bubble to Bryson Brantley, the corner triggers inside. If we make the block there, the safety had also triggered and said, this is a touchdown. Okay, so then you look at it and go, well, Caden Anderson threw a touchdown on his first drive. Well, it was just a bubble screen. And all we had to do is execute the block. We didn't execute the block. And so, like a lot of times with the quarterback, so much of it comes as a result of everyone else around him on some of it. And I think that as everyone else raises their level of play, it needs to happen, and Caden's will come with it. There's a couple balls that Caden missed too. I mean, we had a little stop route to Bryson on the sideline that would have been a first down that we missed, and that type of thing. And I think that was in the third quarter. And so there's just a few things there too. It's a collective in that group. I thought there was good things offensively when you gain the yardage we gained and put ourselves in the position we put ourselves in on some of it. We just didn't finish, and we also left plays out there. I mean, that realistically, I think it's not you don't lack feasibility to say we could have had a 500-yard night and probably 2 more touchdowns. Okay, but we didn't. All right, and so we got to get that solved.
Jay, you and I appeared to have a pretty balanced offense in their opener. What problems did they possess? And Jay Johnson hates talking about anything, let alone himself. But will you tell the guys what a good quarterback he was at this program so long ago?
We'll tell a story about it at some point and do that for sure. But with what they did in the opener, I thought, like they're in a close game at halftime. And then I think they came in and specifically made a point to run the ball in the second half, really execute the run, which then sets up their play action game. Their quarterback does a good job off of play action in some of their boots and some of the routes that they were running off of it. But the run game with the 2 running backs, that one was a Tulsa transfer that has, good ability, and the other one's a bigger guy, Babe Bowie, who's number 32. Like, he's a guy that they ran through Butler in the second half with the run game and certain things, and so I think they made a concerted effort when they got in at halftime. It's like, hey, we can go right at them and do that. So big part of it for us is to make sure we can handle that part of it right off the bat. The second thing is with them is that when you go back on all their Drake video and that there's a variety of different things offensively that they're capable of, within their staff and what they've coached before. And so, we have a variety of things that we need to prepare for, and that's something that we have to spend time on to do.
So Aaron Bull's first career shutout as a DC, are you kind of just telling him, hey, we should just do that all the time?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I sent his dad a text, because he was at the game, and I said, it's great that you got to see, Aaron's first shutout. But yeah, I mean, I said, and look, there's, I joke about it, but I kind of, with some of the players, would even see him on Saturdays. I said, just do that. You know what I mean? Just do that. But really, that's what the best part about it was. We played 22 guys defensively. We've never done that here unless it's a blowout. Okay, the most that we ever got to in 23, we would play 3 linebackers, we'd play 4 D tackles, 4 D ends. Okay, there you're at 11. The same 3 safeties played every snap, so you're at 14 there. We played like 3 guys at corner, so 17. That's the most you ever got to. And we played 22 the other night. That pays dividends in multiple ways. Number one, when you come back to practice today and you come back and prepare for an opponent, you have a lot of guys that are now preparing to play because they know they're going to play. All right, so that's a big piece of it. Second piece of it is it helps you if you do get an injury, that you're not putting a guy in that hasn't been out there on the field and in a game and does all that. And we can get a lot better defensively than what we were. We can get a lot. I mean, we're not. Look, I think we got a great deal of improvement in this program that needs to take place and can take place, and we got to get a lot better offensively. We all know that. There's a lot of things that we can do better defensively than what we did Thursday night, and that'll be the expectation that we can get that done.
Coach, you mentioned Jay Mike earlier. Why do you think he wasn't as involved as maybe people would have expected, and how do you plan to improve his usage.
I mean, look, you just focus on certain things, and I think, the other night, okay, we're running the ball, and then we have a sheet, a list of stuff that tries to get him the ball and tries to get Chris Durr the ball, right, and do those types of things. And so the other night, some of the things that were on the Chris Durr list were kind of hitting and doing better for us than some of the other things. Look, the difference in it is it's not basketball. That's what you tell guys at times. Like, okay, ball could go through the hoop and I just clap my hands and you inbound it to me and I can just crank up a shot. And I can go get a shot anytime I want and do that. Or we could say we're going to run a guy off 3 screens and get him the ball and he can just crank up some stupid step back shot and do that. Sometimes there's things that a defense is doing a little bit too that dictates where a ball goes and stuff like that. And then also there was one ball that was kind of behind him that I think he could have caught. There was another ball that we didn't put on him well enough in that situation. So there's a combination of things. Yeah. He's got to get more touches. He's got to get more involved. We know that. But we also have to be more efficient in making that all happen too.
Good.
I just real quick, I didn't see really any major injuries or anything. Any injury updates for guys coming back or anything?
No, I mean we're healthy. We come out of it good. Bogar will be back this week too, so that's good because that gives us a starter defensively. He would have started in the first game. So he'll be back. He'll be in a cast, for I don't know, a week or two, something like that. But he's fine. Everything else, though, we're still rocking along good health-wise.
Just really quickly on Chris Durr, how special can he be?
Oh, yeah, well, I think you see it. I mean, he's really good. The biggest thing about Chris is that Chris brings a great attitude every day. And so, there's no, Chris is great in the fact that I don't worry about Chris Durr off the field. I don't worry about whether Chris Durr is going to come to a workout and have energy. I don't worry about whether he's going to come to practice and have energy. Look, I mean, I probably divulge too much stuff, but we do a drug test, there's nothing in the guy, right? Like, he just does stuff right. He's what you want. He does it the right way. Which we've got a lot of guys that do it that way too. And so we're fortunate with that. But no, he's a dream for a head coach.
All right. Thank you.